Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our second webinar. My name is Michael Quigley. I'm the Director of Coaching for Steel United. We had a very positive response to our first webinar, which gave people really the first introduction to Steel United. And we wanted to follow that webinar up with this to answer some of the questions that we've been getting from parents and players about what's taking place in the club. There's a lot happening that we're very excited about, and we wanted to try to get that message out to as many people as possible. We did send out a newsletter the other day, which encompassed some of the things that we have going on right now in the club. The current field situation is we've been very lucky with the fields that we have because of the space that we have. Being on all turf, even with all of this rain that's been going on, not having to cancel training sessions has been a huge upgrade for our teams, as well as the space that our teams have been allotted, being able to spread out a little bit more, coaches being able to do more with their teams, which is something that our coaches have been asking for a long time, as well as a lot of parents, and that's something that we've heard from our parents over the last few years, is being able to find more space, being able to train on more space, especially those 11-a-side teams, especially when they're at this period of the season when they're preparing for State Cup. Some of the other things that were in that newsletter, we've posted our club dues, which, as promised, are $100 more than they were last year. That, as we've told people, is to make sure that we do have that quality field space, and contained within that newsletter was also a breakdown of how those club dues are spent within the club every year. We're going to go to some questions. If you'd like to post your questions, please let me know if you've got any questions, and we'll try to get to those as they come in. A couple of things that we've also got going on right now are our tryouts. Last Friday we had our tryouts for our 2007s and our 2008s. And this Friday at Torrance High School we have tryouts for the 2005s and the 2006s. We will also be hosting tryouts for girls teams. This has been a big question that we've been getting, is will there be girls teams at Steel United? And absolutely there will be. We'll be holding tryouts, and those tryout dates will be posted very soon. You know, at the moment, our goal is to build those teams, especially the younger girls teams in the club, and go from there. If you have any interest in coming to an additional tryout, you can absolutely reach out to us by email, by phone call, and I'll give you those different ways to get in touch with us towards the end of the webinar. Another question that we've been getting is uniforms and uniform ordering. We've partnered with soccer.com, and they are the official uniform supplier for Steel United and FC USA around the country. Our official uniform sponsor is Puma, and we're very happy with these two partners. And the goal for soccer.com is to get everybody's uniforms delivered in a timely manner. Any customer service issues that there may be, to resolve those as quickly as possible. Our training uniforms and our away shirts will be ready within the next couple of weeks, and parents can start ordering those as they receive offers to be on teams. We also have a custom Puma home jersey that will be available a little bit later on in the summer. We're very excited about that. We're looking forward to the unveiling of that new home jersey, which, as I said, will be available later on in the summer. The uniform cycle is a 2-year cycle, so the uniforms that are purchased this year will be used for 2 years, and then a new uniform kit will be available 2 years from now, which is a standard for most clubs. One of the questions has been, when will offers for player placement begin? As those teams, or as age groups finish their tryouts, and as those teams finish with their state cup runs, coaches will then start reaching out to parents to offer places on teams. So really the tryouts for the 2009s, 10s and 11s have completed, and those teams are done with their state cup. So offers will start to go out to those teams, and have started to go out once coaches have made those decisions moving forward. Another question, do club dues include the uniform? The club dues do not include the uniform, but the uniform kit will cost between $200 and $250 all included. Maybe a little bit more for that custom jersey, but it will include training kit, game shorts, game socks, obviously the away jersey and the home jersey, and a training top similar to this one that all the players will wear. There'll be other additional optional items like warm-up pants, bags, balls, those types of things, and we all of those things will be available to purchase on soccer.com, and again, very easy to purchase and delivered right away. Can dues be broken up into payments? Yes, there's the dues can be broken up into 5 separate payments. There's a commitment fee that's due up front, and then 4 additional payments after that, with a payment plan and a schedule in place to make sure that parents know when those payments are coming and how much each of those payments are, and that's all included in that offer email to parents. Additionally, there's a $100 discount for paying up front. So if someone is able to put that payment on a credit card, there's a benefit for that. The next question is about communication, and as we've said in our previous webinar, communication is something that we are striving to improve in the club. Email is one way of getting to people, and in the past we've used mostly email to team administrators to then send to parents. It's not always the most effective way to get our message to parents, and so we will use a club-wide communication platform, which will be through Sports Engine. So as parents register for the club and they can pay their dues through the club, they can see when their payments are due. They'll also be signed up for Sports Engine and allocated to a team. So the directors, the coaching staff, can communicate directly to parents through email, through text. Parents can set up how they want to receive those notifications, and as I said, the club can communicate directly to parents. So in the event of fields being closed because of rain, sending out club-wide notifications when there's something going on with the club, when we want to offer additional things to parents, we'll be able to do that through Sports Engine. The next question is about our parent advisory board. We did mention the parent advisory board in the newsletter that was sent out. This is, again, something that's very important to us, and kind of falls in line with the communication piece, and something that we want to improve for parents. And we want to make sure that that parents have a voice in the club, that if they feel like there's a question that they need answered, and they can't get that answer from their coach, they can't get that answer from the person that they need to, that there's someone there who can communicate with them and make sure that they get the answer that they're looking for, as well as engaging parents. And I know there's a lot of parents who, specifically team administrators, who volunteer their time to make sure that the teams run smoothly. And we always have a lot of people that volunteer for additional hours and additional tasks, whether it be our events, our programs, our tournament, our tryouts. And we really appreciate the parents who do those things. And there's often parents who want to be able to do more within the club. So we would set that parent advisory board would be set up to break some tasks down. For example, having the communication would be a big one for us. Fundraising, helping the club and helping the directors and the staff achieve their long-term goals for the club, which, as we've said before, was to be sustainable, to be viable, not just over the next couple of years, but in the long term as well. And that would be something that we would lean on for parents, because again, we have parents that want to get more involved, and parents that have more than one child in the club. So if we're doing things right and we're engaging those parents, they may be with the club, not just through one child going from U8 to U18, but multiple children. And we've had that in the past, and that's something that we would love to continue. And we think that we can get there a lot more successfully by engaging parents and making sure that they feel like they have an involvement in the club. What we will be doing is sending out some more specifics on how parents can apply for that advisory board, what it entails, what kind of hours, what kind of commitment it might be. And we'll send that out to parents. And we already have some parents that have reached out to us, which is exactly what we want. We want people that are enthusiastic and eager to get started. But we also want to make sure that everybody understands what those roles may or may not entail. And our goal for now is to start small with that board, to make sure that people aren't overloaded or overworked on it and get burnt out on it, and then potentially start some smaller subcommittees that can start getting some work done. So very quick, as I look down through some of the questions. One question is about jersey numbers. So I guess the short answer to that would be the coach would ultimately be the final decision on what the jersey numbers would be. We would offer returning players the option of keeping their jersey number, and new players then picking a number, or returning players getting to pick any open numbers that are available. With our younger teams in the past, we've tried not to have conflicting numbers on the top two teams and then the next two teams, so that when there is player movement, players don't always have to stick tape on the back of their shirt or find a spare jersey to wear. Someone is asking how they get added to the newsletter. So the newsletter was sent out through the coaches, and I can, if anyone did not receive that, they can email me directly, and I can send that out to anyone who hasn't received it. The next question is about camps and clinics. Steel Sports and Steel Soccer and UK Elite will be running camps through the summer, and we will post those dates and send those dates out to people directly. But you can go on ukelite.com for camps and clinic information. Very quickly, before I go on to the next question, is for people looking to reach out to us, as I said, you're very welcome to email me directly at M as in Michael, Quigley, Q-U-I-G-L-E-Y, at steelunited.com. Our website, which is now up and running, is ca.steelunited.com. Our Facebook is Steel United California, and our Instagram is at Steel United CA. And please feel free to check us out there. So again, if you haven't received the newsletter, feel free to email me directly and I can send that out. We have a couple more tryout questions. If anyone missed a tryout or last Friday, it rained quite heavily, and I can understand why people didn't want to brave the elements to get out to try out. Again, you can email me directly, and we can have your son or daughter attend a training session for an evaluation. So in the next couple of weeks, our training sessions will be open to new players that didn't get a chance to come out, players that missed those tryout dates. All you have to do is contact us directly, and we'll make sure that that we get a look and your son has an opportunity to come out. Our one thing that we've always done is trying to give players a third day of training. So our pre-academy and our elite teams train regularly 3 days a week, normally having 3 sessions on, 1 session off. In the past, we've offered a skills training session on Fridays for anyone who wants to come out and get that third night of training. Players that are eager for that third night, and we will still be offering that third night of training in that skills clinic. Our Friday schedule for skills, for pre-academy, and for elite training will be coming soon. We've been using the field space for tryouts as of now, and coaches have been spending their time on the tryout fields. But once all of that settles down, and even once State Cup starts to come to an end, because I know a lot of teams will have to travel on Saturday mornings for those games, then we'll have a Friday night skill schedule available for everyone. Another question is, do current players have to register for the tryouts on Friday? The answer to that is no. Our players are always welcome to come out if they'd like to. And we generally, our players don't try out for their own teams. But players are more than welcome to come out at any time and just let your coach know that you'll be there. But we do believe in the communication from coach to coach in an age group, and judging our players based on the year of work that they've put in, not just 1 hour and a half training session, which for new players is why normally players aren't offered a spot directly after that first tryout. Normally the first tryout is to get a sense of a player and then invite them to a practice, and then ultimately place them on the team that's going to best suit them, that's going to challenge them, and is going to be appropriate for them. So we've got a lot of questions here. I'll try to get to some more. Someone's asked for a printed transcript of the webinar. So I don't know if that's something that is automatically generated, but we will. This video will be available for people to watch again, and we can also send that out. Or if it's something that you want, you can contact us and we can send it out for you. As I wait for another couple of questions to come in, Again, just a quick recap on some of the things that we've discussed. One was the uniforms and ordering through soccer.com, and the information, prices, examples of the kit, the training top, shorts, socks will be coming very soon, and we'll send that out once it's all finalized and set. Again, there'll be prices attached to those. We will be using Sports Engine for all of our communication to parents. Once teams have been selected, parents' information is in that system. We'll be communicating to parents using that Sports Engine, which is the same registration platform that people will sign up for the club through. So instead of having one system for registration and one system for communication, it's all going to be in one system, which should be will be easier for parents to use. Our club dues have been posted. They were on that newsletter that we sent out. And again, if anybody has not received that newsletter, please reach out to us and we can send that directly to parents. Again, the contact information for myself is mquigley@steelunited.com. Our website is ca.steelunited.com. Facebook, Steel United California, and on Instagram @Steel United California. And then I'm not seeing any new questions here. But again, a quick recap of some of the information that was given out about our parent advisory board. If anyone is interested in being involved in that, please reach out to us. We'll have more information about what that entails. And, you know, we want to hear from parents. We want to give parents a voice, and we want to engage parents in what we're doing in the short term and in the long term. And finally, just before we sign off, we will have another webinar in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We've been making sure to gather as many questions as we can because there is a lot of questions out there, how things will work and how things are going to go. But so far, we're very pleased with the way things have gone in the club. As I said, immediately and in some of the talks that I've had with teams, we wanted to make sure that we improved everybody's situation from day one. We're going into week 3. Our teams have been on good fields. Our teams are preparing for State Cup if they're not already finished with State Cup, and we're excited for the season and seeing what happens, or everybody out there seeing how this will be a great thing and how this will be a positive thing. And finally, before I sign off, I just want to say good luck to all of our teams that are playing this weekend in State Cup. The weather looks clear, so hopefully those games go off and we don't get delayed another week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Good night.